Yo, what's going on guys? This is Kek back here with another AJHQ video, and in today's video guys, we're going to be talking about these bot ratings that have been happening on AJHQ and AJHQ Classic over the course of around a month now really, why they have been actually happening, and AJHQ's official response to the situation as a whole. Now, if you don't know already, I'll just catch you up to speed with all of the bot ratings that have been happening and every specific instance that we have seen of these kind of bot attacks on AJHQ. So the very first instance we actually saw of this happening was all the way back in December of 2020, December 28th to be specific, and this was actually rated by a group called Astro Squad at the time, which is now believed to be disbanded. But this was the very first time we saw this kind of thing happening on the game. Pretty much rooms across all of the servers and LANs across all of the servers were being flooded with these bots that were changing colors and had these holdables such as the smoothies and the kind of falling phantom thing, things you would get from minigames essentially if you did win them, flashing in time intervals and changing locations around the map in also a timed interval, and it would pretty much spam the player and lag the player because of this. Now this is probably one of the least harmless ones because they didn't actually spam your buddy request or your jamograms for that matter. All it did was really lag people's games and maybe took down the servers for some time, I'm not too sure, but at most it was just lagging the game and people couldn't get into certain rooms because of it. But we didn't actually see this for another 4 to 5 months when on May 4th or May 3rd to be specific, I'm pretty sure, a hacker of the name of Fer.al actually hacked or raided the game, I should say, with his bots and his bots accounts, and this is probably also one of the least harmless ones but kind of effective in the objective he was going for, I guess. But pretty much these players, or these bots anyway, they would spam around the map similar to the first raid, but these were pitch black great horned owls doing the play animation, and at most it just kind of lagged the game a whole lot and it flooded the servers of course as well. I believe his main objective in doing this was to try and move people out of Brady's Labs, and it did work for a while because Brady's Lab is a trading place you don't know, and people actually moved to Baluch to trade for quite some time. But this lasted for around a couple of days, maybe a week at most I think, and after that actually did conclude, people just moved back to Brady's Lab and it was like nothing essentially happened. Now, starting around the month of June, I think around the beginning of June, I don't have a specific date for this, but this is when a hacker named Auth0 actually launched his attack. Now, this was probably the harmful attack out of all three of these bot ratings. These bot ratings actually did similar to what the first two did, kind of flashing colors, spamming around the map with these holdables, all this kind of stuff, but they also actually spammed buddy requests to people and jamograms if you were in the same room as them, I believe. And not only did it do that, it was actually taking down the AJHQ servers. That's right, the game was going offline essentially, so if you were on the game while the game was being raided and you got logged out or something, you wouldn't be able to log back in until the raiding actually stopped because servers were getting that flooded with these bots. Now, up until this point, it was all just AJHQ Classic until June 23rd, I believe, in the late hours of June 23rd, AJHQ Play Wild faced its first hack, and this was actually kind of the worst one as well, and maybe it did actually open AJHQ's eyes to this because this is like after this happened they actually responded to this whole bot rating thing that has been happening for a couple months now. But pretty much this was effective on Play Wild because, well, similar enough, it was kind of spamming the chat, moving around the map, and Play Wild being a 3D game, it's obviously going to be a lot laggier if there's a lot more players on your screen. And not only that, it was spamming with buddy requests, I believe, and also trade requests, so much so that it would crash the player that was getting spammed. So not only was it crashing people on AJHQ Classic, it was also crashing people on AJHQ Play Wild. So you couldn't even play either of the games because of these automated bot rates. Now, during this time period on AJHQ and AJHQ Classic, AJHQ wasn't really saying a whole lot about it. I think at most they put a story out on their Instagram for AJHQ Classic anyway, saying that there is, quote, a bug that is preventing people to play, and that they were going to be looking into it. However, it still continued for a couple of days afterwards. Until June 1st, actually, they actually put this on their help page, which is help.aljhq.com. They put this under known bug and technical issues. So it pretty much says as here, AJHQ has been seeing many automated accounts attempting to crash our servers. Such accounts are made by just a few people that are determined to ruin other other players' fun. You may have noticed these repetitive accounts in the game and end up worrying, can the bots hurt my account? The short answer is no. Those accounts cannot hurt your account data, though they can be annoying. Follow these tips that can help keep these automated accounts from bothering you, and it pretty much gives some advice here, which I also strongly encourage you to follow these tips here, which is follow the guidelines for a safe and secure password. I mean, you should have this to begin with, but the bots can actually hack your account, just so you do know that. The next one here is pretty much the big one here. Disabling your buddies trading and messaging or limiting them to buddies only will stop bots from pestering you. It is not necessary to keep your account safe. Obviously, some of this is referring to Almajam Classic, and then some is referring to Almajam Play Wild only features. You can disable your buddies on both games, and you can disable your chat if you really want to. I don't think it's very necessary unless you don't want to see messages at all. However, you can only disable your trading on Almajam Play Wild, and you can only limit your messages to buddies only on Play Wild. So you can't do that for Almajam Classic, unfortunately. However, I do encourage you to, lock your jamagrams anyway and turn off your buddy requests for Almajam Classic. Then third here, report any suspicious in-game activity through the standard reporting features on other accounts' player cards. You should do that as is anyway, regardless if it is the bots or not. I imagine they are kind of sweeping through these bots as we speak, trying to ban them and whatnot. And then to finish it up here, it says continue to have fun and enjoy your regular playtime. But at the start of the article, it did say keep in mind that some bugs may take longer than others to fix and may not be implemented until our next update. However, Almajam has finally responded to the situation and said that they are going to be working on it officially on their kind of help page. Now, also, certain words did actually get barred from the chat filter for a certain amount of time, just a couple of days, I'm pretty sure. And this was their first approach on trying to stop the bots. And these were words like pranked or trolled, because these bots were spamming specific phrases in the game with these words being in it. And Almajam obviously went away of putting those in their swear filter, so it would automatically suspend the bots if the bots were spamming the messages with those words in it. I don't think many players did actually get suspended from it, but obviously other players took advantage of it and were kind of trying to trick people into saying these words to get people suspended. But Almajam did this regardless to try combat the bot spamming initially. And not only that, we now have to worry about permanent bans, not just suspensions, but permanent bans. If you spam in any capacity now, you will get permanently banned from the game. This was first noticed with spamming unbuddying people on your buddy list. So if you were just holding down your spacebar, clearing through your buddy list, you will get permanently banned from this. I made a video about this around 2 days ago at this point, going over all of that, but it's not just there. It goes further on with spamming chat messages, jammer walls, jamagrams, all those kind of sorts of things. Spamming in any capacity, if you do it too much, you will get permanently banned. So if you are doing actions in the game, or emotes, or just generally buddying people or jamagramming people, or even repeating messages, you will have to wait in between doing them, because as of right now, it's very dangerous to do that for your account to actually be doing these actions and whatnot. But on the bright side, because of this, the bots have completely stopped. I don't think they are actually going to be continuing, and if they do, they're not going to have as much of an effect as they did before. They won't be able to spam buddy requests, jamagrams, trade requests, any of those sort of things. At most, I imagine they would just flood the servers, but I think most of the accounts that were raiding the server are now permanently banned because of these measurements Almajam has actually taken for the game. But obviously, do take the necessary precautions for the time being, at least by disabling your buddy requests, jamagrams, take items off trade if you don't need them on trade, disable your trading requests if you're a Play Wild player, and if you are also a Play Wild player, maybe only set your chat to buddies only for the time being, or when necessary anyway. Obviously, I might make like an updated video if like I get an exact word saying if these bot ratings will never happen again and like they're permanently done for. I have close contact with all of the people that were bot rating beforehand, so I will let you guys know, and obviously if there is more updates that are large in this situation, I will keep you guys updated as well. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you guys do want to be notified on that. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the video here. That's pretty much everything on this kind of bot rating topic as a whole. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you guys do want to be notified on future videos, as well as videos just like this one. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy today's video, and let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. What did you guys think about this whole bot rating subject as a whole? cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys think, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.